Hi everybody, meteorologist Matt Gray, another edition of the Brainstorm here, and I want to talk about potentially our first snowfall of the season for many of you watching. Yeah, we got a little bit of snow pellets with that storm a couple weeks ago, or last week I guess, but that just we're talking about actually a lot of us seeing snowflakes, not just very isolated areas or living on top of a mountain. We're talking about legitimate stuff here, and I think we got a pretty good shot at it. I actually got a couple shots here in the week ahead, but let's talk about the middle of the week and what's going to happen once that cool air rushes in behind the storm. That's going to give us a pretty wet Halloween forecast. Snow levels are going to drop very quickly, so for Monday, even most of our passes will not be seeing snow. Maybe Sherman Pass up at 5,500 feet gets a little bit. That's about it. Everyone else should be in the rain zone. Now, as we go through Tuesday, the snow levels are going to lower, perhaps enough, depending on some simulations, that we could see a little bit of some of our higher elevation communities perhaps get a little snow or a mix in. Before Tuesday is over, Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, the snow levels drop all the way down basically to the valley floors in the metro, so Spokane, Coeur, and that I think is when we will have a pretty good shot at seeing our first snowflakes widespread for the year. So this whole situation here, we have had warmer weather and rainy weather that is upcoming for at least a day, but that cool air rushes in behind it. There's only a very brief window. You kind of saw that there, those hot pink colors. That's kind of the air that's cool enough to really produce some snow. And so, considering it's late October, early November, that is going to be in and out fairly quickly. And so, kind of Tuesday into Wednesday, I really think that is the window that we will have to possibly see a few snowflakes down in the lower elevations. It'll still be fairly chilly, and perhaps as we head into Friday morning, if we have some moisture around, we might get chilly enough that maybe a snowflake or two gets mixed in with what I think is going to be another rain event heading into next weekend. So let's fast forward. I'm going to do this on the 4-day forecast. So this is Tuesday at 10 in the morning. This is where I want to start first, right? So this is when our snow levels are going to start to drop here as that cool air comes in. Particularly folks around the Silver Valley, folks around the Canada border, and all really high elevations. If you're kind of above, say, 2,600 feet, that's, say, for example, the hills above Moscow, Camas Prairie, places like that, the odds are fairly good that we're going to see at least a little bit of snow mixed in, I think, as this kind of the bulk of this rain, which will be hanging out pretty much all of Monday and Monday night, begins to pull out of here on Tuesday and up into the high elevations. So definitely going to be some past travel issues for Tuesday. Let's go into Wednesday. This is Wednesday morning, and this is what I wanted to really kind of focus in on here, is that we've had some indicators that this could be the moment here where we have some showers kind of pop up. Now you notice there's nothing really super widespread. We've had some computer model runs though that are trying to put showers in from the Columbia Basin, moving across the Spokane and Coeur Metro, and then off into Montana. And this early in the morning, right around sunrise, that would be snow. We are forecasting freezing temperatures for this time frame. One reason why I think that could be a possibility is because with such chilly air and such a drastic temperature difference between when we start off on Monday until we get to this point, there's going to be a huge temperature difference vertically that usually is a good recipe for some snow showers to develop. And those are really hard for these computer models to pick out sometimes. So I would really, all the way between kind of Wednesday morning, late Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, and early Friday morning, I would not be surprised at all if we got some spotty little snow flurries or snow showers when the temperatures suit it, that being in the morning or the overnight hours. And especially for you folks in North Idaho, I really think this is going to be the big deal. Because look at this. So this is another one of our computer models. This is actually the one done by our graphics provider, Barron Weather. This is in-house for us. That one for Kellogg is probably way, way, way too much. But you can kind of see what the what at least some of these things are thinking. Some of these things are processing, and that would be that we do have I think, a pretty good shot to see snow across pretty much all of North Idaho and around the Palouse as we go through the middle part of the week. Spokane, just because of the kind of elevation difference, maybe we see snow on the South Hill, maybe 5 Mile Prairie, maybe not down in downtown, though, as that's kind of the low spot in the metro. Certainly on the Idaho side of the state line in the metro, I would be on the lookout Wednesday, maybe even Thursday, to see some snowflakes. So got to get our winter driving hats on and got to figure out what's going on and try to get used to this again. Don't think this is going to be a huge problem, huge road problem or anything like that, but the first one is always an issue. Not necessarily that I think it's going to stick or anything, but that is always a notable event. And so I do think that kind of that Tuesday night, Wednesday, maybe as late as Thursday or Friday morning, that's when we're going to have our first snow event around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. So we'll see how things develop. Wanted to give you a little bit more of a deeper insight into what we're looking at because, we've kind of been busy with lots of active weather. And this is kind of the storm This is kind of the storm of the weather event after the weather event for Halloween we've been talking about over the past week. So that's your little bit of insight for tonight. If you like this, 4 News Now on YouTube, give us a like, give us a subscribe. We'll let you get in touch with everything going on around the inland Northwest. Have a great rest of your weekend. Stay dry, stay warm on this busy weather week.